freezing. Don't know why I'm bothering. Can't feel my hands. And I'm not even started yet. Hi, welcome back to Mechanic Garage. More work on a Skoda. I'm going to get the engine pulled out. Nothing wrong with the engine. It's just the bits behind it that I need. The 5-speed box, hollow race suspension, as I mentioned in a previous video, is all from a 130, which is better suspension setup, better, stronger drivetrain, and a better diff ratio. That will all be going into the green one that you'll see in the other videos as well, with the 1.8K series in, which will massively improve it, as I've explained in a video before. It's not going to be a 2-minute job, so there will be elements of time lapse in it, otherwise you'll get bored. Cold metal, cold hands, cold day. Whose bright idea with this? You see, I got my hood up now. It's gone cold, it's starting to rain as well. It's not the ideal time for it, but you can see a lot easier now what I've got to deal with. A lot easier to work on. The bell housing bolts at the back are the only awkward things really. Engine, exhaust, the whole lot, cross member, everything just comes out in one piece. A few things to take off just so they don't get damaged and make it easier to move around like, but basically drop a few bolts out, take them side plates off, and that's about all it is. They are really easy to work on, not like your modern stuff. I like modern stuff. Now before you start taking anything out, of anything really, just take a lot of photographs. You used to have to draw pictures with notepad and paper. Sorry, notepad and pen. These days you just take as many photos as you need on your phone. They're there instantly, you can go back to them. Take photos of things at different angles because you're never going to catch everything in one go. These are pretty straightforward. I've already taken photographs of where the wiring goes, what colours go where, because there's no various colours. They're all sort of yellow, green or blue. Reds and greens, they're all solid colours, so they're easy to see. But there's not an awful lot to take out, just dump the coolant, wiring, a few bolts like I say, and it's out. So I'll get on with it. That's what you get with older cars. Dead easy. No faffing about. You don't even need a crane. You get the height right, they'll just slide in and roll in on a trolley. Dead easy. Next job, we're getting all the suspension and everything else off. Right, while it's out, do some checks on a few things. There's no real oil seal leak. You can see down there it's bone dry. The clutch isn't very old at all. I did suspect it probably was alright because the guy had the engine out fairly recently. You can even see the scuff marks on there where it's been cleaned up. So checking the clutch is Always a good idea, especially when you're at this stage, because it's literally 6 of those little tiny bolts and it's out. Same with the release bearing here. A little bit of noise on that, so I may replace that. Couldn't hear it when you was driving, so it's not too bad. But yeah, just checking the clutch. No sign of anything damaged on it. There's no broken springs. These haven't got the dampers in, like the modern ones or newer ones. You get springs in that put a damper between the inner and outer. These are just, there's not enough power to hurt themselves, so they don't need it. The plate's not cracked or anywhere. There's no rivets anywhere near the surface. It's not badly burnt, so yeah, that's good to go back in. I'll do that now before I lose any of the bolts, because I've got a rather big selection of them laying around. This side of the car, everything went in that side. That side of the car, everything went in that side. Then I found there's a hole down there, and they were all falling out onto the floor. So at least I found that now and not later on. The rear suspension on this, as I said before, is completely different. It all needs cleaning up and painting before it goes onto the green one. However, it's all there. We'll decide what we're doing with springs, whether I keep my original ones or I get a new set because they're a bit rough. That one's sitting at a funny angle even when it was before it was unweighted, so I'm not convinced it hasn't got a broken coil at the top, but we'll find out. The rest of it really is just get underneath it a little bit further. I'll have to jack the car up and disconnect the selector and speedo cable and things like that from under the front. Now probably the best way of doing it is going to be disconnect the drive shafts and pull the gearbox out in one, and then I can roll the subframe out in one. However, they're all linked together and they're all fastened together, so it probably wouldn't be that difficult and save a lot of work just to wheel it all out as a complete unit, subframe, suspension arms, the lot. They can't fold over or fall out. I've spot the gearbox, but other than that, I don't think it'd be a particular big job to get it out. And I was clever enough to position it so that I wasn't blocking the green one in, because once I've done this, I can't move it. So I had to make sure there was enough room to get the green one out. Otherwise, I'd have been struggling. But yeah, there's a couple of little oil leaks, nothing disastrous. Give it a bit of a clean up, clean the engine bay a little bit. I'm not going too mad. It's, as I say, it's not a show car, it's a resurrection, get it back on the road. But little oil leaks and things like that will cure while it's out, because it's just dead easy. Parts aren't expensive. So, yeah. As you may have noticed before, there is access through here. I didn't need to take the starter motor off. I'd got it in my head there was a bolt through that into the bell housing, but there clearly isn't. I thought there was one in here, but I imagined it. But it needs to come off anyway, so it's not a problem. Then at least this way everything's easy to get at. I can stick the back panel back in place just to make it look a little bit less scrap heap challenge, and at least that way got a bit of progress. I'm gonna have to bring the green one out because I've got nowhere to put all this stuff, so it's all gonna have to go in the garage and work on it in there and assemble things. I mean, there is a potential of putting the engine and gearbox together, putting it all in one. I suspect that's probably how it was done in the factory, but I don't know. We'll see. There's plenty of things to do before I get that far. So, right, I shall carry on and we'll see where we end up with this video. Right, it's bloody freezing. I've started taking off a few bits underneath, just getting the panels and plates off, and the gearbox oil's ready to drop out. Put a bowl underneath ready to catch it, and then I'm going to drop out the rear suspension and gearbox. I'll take the gearbox out separately. I've decided it'll be a lot easier. It's got to come out anyway because it's got an oil leak, and we'll go from there. So next bit will be dropping it all out, and hopefully won't take too long. Right, that's everything off. Got a bit of cleaning up to do on the axle and everything, get it all painted up and sorted. Wait for this van to go past. They always turn up when you're trying to film. There's also a guy cutting the grass. But yeah, everything's off. Just need to clean it all up. There's a couple of new bushes I think I'm going to need just to freshen it all up. I mean, they're probably the original ones. However, it's a lot different to how the other one's set up. So the other one doesn't have this bar and that triangular section. The whole thing's is set from the width of there with the drive shaft, which is solid, so you don't have independent suspension fully. You have, well, you do, but it's not the same sort of design. This is a lot better. So this is why I bought the car. This is what I was planning on doing. It's all coming together a lot quicker than I was actually anticipating, but that's not a bad thing, because it means I can get on with it and might maybe get mine done for the summer. I doubt it, but we shall see. Right, before Mower Boy comes back, we'll wrap this one up because I'm freezing cold. I need a coffee, and we'll put it together, and I'll see you in another video which will be involving the green one and taking all that lot out. I have got another one to edit and put together as well, but we'll keep an eye out for that. And like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Cheers.